was a sight for my soul.
Hi, welcome to YouTube. That's if you're new, if you're ready for the film. Okay. So as you can tell by today's title, I am talking about my scoliosis journey, scoliosis and I. And what scoliosis is, it's a condition in which your spine is curved in an S or C shape. Mine is curved in an S shape. And I've had this condition since I was like 12. Since 2011, somewhere there. Yeah, I was about 12 when they found out that I had it, and it's been with me ever since. It's like my best bud, it's my best pal. My spine just out here curving, you know, look how sexy and shit. But yeah, I've had this condition, and not many people do. I wouldn't say not many people, but I feel like maybe it's not that known in Zambia, and I just wanted more people to know about it, just to bring more awareness about it in Zambia. So that's why I decided to talk about it, talk about my story, also add some information about what scoliosis is too, and just how you can even find the signs and symptoms and how it can be treated. I just wanted to have a detailed and informative video for you guys, so I hope you enjoy the video, and please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're new to join some of us very love and positivity, and please make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified each time I post a new video, and please give this video a thumbs up so you can help spread love from my channel to the rest of the world. Now without further ado, let's talk about my scoliosis. So I first found out that I had scoliosis at school. They did a test. There was a time, that was in 2011, I think, late 2011, maybe October, September, somewhere there. I don't really remember, but I was in the 6th grade, and some doctors came to our school to do a test. I'm not sure if that was the first time or the second time they were doing it, but it became like an annual thing for 6th graders to get tested to see if there's any abnormalities with their spines. So we did an x-ray, we did some other tests, like where they like, I don't want it to sound weird because those are adults doing it to children, but it will sound weird, but like you'd understand why when I come to signs and symptoms, you understand why it's needed. But where they kind of like touch our spine and kind of bend us over to see if there's any abnormalities.
Ask your child to bend forward at the waist as if they were trying to touch their toes. Does one side of their ribcage sit noticeably higher than the other? Yeah,
so they did that, and then I think about a month or two later, I was given about like 3 people in my class were given letters, and when I went home and opened it and had it translated, it said that I had scoliosis. So after finding that out, we went to a clinic, but since they didn't deal with that, they referred us to an orthopedic. And then after that, since it was kind of beyond them, or they didn't have the right treatments or the right equipment to deal with that, they had to send us to the Akita University Hospital. So when we went there and I got x-rays, they checked me and stuff like that, they found out that I had scoliosis, and by then when they first found it, it was about 20-something degrees, like the angle of my curve, the lower curve, because my spine is curved like an S. I'll insert the x-ray. Yeah, my spine is curved like an S, and I have a curve in my upper back, my upper spine, and my lower spine. So the curve on the lower spine, which is the bigger curve for me, was about 20-something degrees by then. So that's mild scoliosis. So when they found that, they told me, okay, first we're gonna monitor it for a while. We're gonna monitor it for like 4 months. Come back after 4 months and we'll see if it's gotten worse, then we'll see what to do there. So after 4 months, I went back, and after 4 months I went back for a checkup, and then they had found that my scoliosis had increased to 32 degrees, so which is moderate scoliosis, and they were like, okay, maybe we should consider giving her a brace. That's when they made, I think, what happened? I think we actually had to come back after like a month. Yeah, they first took some measurements of my body, because when they make braces, actually, wait, let me bring my brace for you guys. Ta-da! So this was the brace that they made. It's over time it got spoiled. As you can see, it's all messed up, it's dirty. Yeah, over time it got spoiled. It wasn't like this at first. There used to be some, where is it? There used to be some like attachment here, but This is how I used to wear it. Actually, oh my goodness, like this with some weird attachment that used to go under my arm, but yeah. And then I just had to tie it so it fits around like my hips and stuff. Yeah, anyway, so they had to make a brace that fitted my body, and yeah, they took measurements, and then they're like, come back after a month and then we'll give you the brace. So after a month I came back. I think it just increased a little bit, and then I went home with the brace and I was given strict instructions. Wait, this thing is spoiled, because I was given instructions on how far this had to be pulled, the strap here, how far it had to be pulled for it to be most effective. And the first day, I will never forget the first day I wore this brace. The first day I wore it, my mom put it, no, she just put it, actually, because the doctor put 2 marks. One that was like, wasn't far, like distance wise, you didn't have to put it much, and then the other one where you just had to put it like, not really to the end, but the second one was a bit more distant from the beginning of the strap, if you get the English. But yeah, so she only put it to the first mark, which was the shorter one. We had a shorter distance from the beginning of the strap. The pain I felt, you guys, that was the most uncomfortable feeling ever. I can't, like, remembering that day makes me emotional somehow. It was painful. I couldn't walk. Like, that's how much I was in pain. Because it's really like, the whole reason why you wear a brace when you have scoliosis is it's not to cure the scoliosis, it's not to reverse the scoliosis, but it's to stop it from worsening. It's kind of like to pause the increasing of the curve, right? So that's why I wore it. And because it's putting pressure on your body, it's putting pressure on your muscles. It was pretty painful. I vividly remember crawling around the house that day crying. I just couldn't. And I think I tried to wear it the next day, but I just couldn't. And that brace, I had to wear it for 23 hours a day for it to be most effective. But then my mom saw how much I was in pain, and she was like, okay, no. So we took it off, and I think we were given 3 months from the time I got the brace until my next checkup. There was 3 months. So we went to our next checkup, and the doctor told me that the curve had increased to 40 degrees. Now that's the borderline. Between 40 and 45, that's the borderline, and that's usually when surgery starts getting considered. So it reached 40 degrees, and the doctor was like, we're first going to monitor it for a while, but if it goes more than this, then surgery must be considered. Which obviously financially wasn't a good thing, and just that was probably going to have a lot of complications in the long run. So none of us in the family, especially me, didn't want that. After that, my mom kind of sat me down and gave me a talk and was like, okay, I know you're in pain, and I know it's painful wearing this, but you just have to wear it if you want to be okay. If you don't want things to get worse, if you don't want to have surgery, you just have to wear it. So I started wearing it, was in pain, and wore it for 23 hours. At least I tried, I'm not gonna lie, but I wore it for majority of the time, even when I slept. Although we got permission for me to not wear it when going to school, because that was going to hinder some of my activities at school. I was just going to make my school life a bit harder. So we got permission, but when I'm home, when I'm sleeping, had to wear it. The next checkup that we went to, after I started wearing my brace, we found out that the curve had gone down to 36 degrees, and the doctor was shocked. He was like, this never happens. And I must say, God is good. Otherwise, I would have probably gotten surgery had it gotten worse. But my God, it's good. I'm getting emotional. But yeah, so after that, we were told to come back later for another checkup. I still kept wearing it. Was still living a normal life. I was actually living my best life. It's not like I was in total pain. Living my best life, actually. Like, I could move. I really could move. I could actually even run in it sometimes. I could dance. Like, I actually shot a YouTube video. I actually inserted here. I shot a YouTube video and I danced. In this video, I actually danced with my brace on. Though my mom says that I looked stiff and that was probably why, so I could have taken it off, but yeah, I actually danced with it on. So I could move normally. It actually became a part of me. It became a huge part of me. Like, I just got so used to it. It just became another part of me. Even when it's off, it actually felt weird. So that's how it was. And then we had to move back to Zambia, and before moving we went for another checkup, and it was at 38 degrees, which was still fine. At least it's not 40. It was at 48. It was at 38 degrees, and the doctor was like, you have to take the brace with you. You should stop wearing it when you're 16, because that's when probably your whole body's fully grown and you've probably fully, like, your bones would have fully formed by then. So I should stop wearing it at 16. But because I wasn't sure, and I think I googled how at the age at which a girl's body rather stops growing, it's at 18. So I wore it until I was 18. And even here in Zambia, I would do checkups here and there, and it would still be 38 degrees. So ever since, my scoliosis has just been at 38 degrees. There are 3 types of scoliosis. Number 1, idiopathic. This is the most common cause, and usually the underlying cause is unknown. Even if I'm saying the most common cause, usually the underlying cause is unknown, hence the name idiopathic. Then number 2, congenital. This is when people are born with a spinal deformity, which may develop into scoliosis. And then there's number 3, neuromuscular. This develops in children with medical conditions that impair the body's ability to control muscles that support the spine. There are risk factors that also influence the progression of someone's scoliosis. These risk factors are age, gender, and family history. When it comes to age, children are most likely to see signs and symptoms of scoliosis when they're just hitting puberty. But between the age they hit puberty and the age that they stop growing, that's when the scoliosis is most likely to increase, and the curvature of the scoliosis is most likely to increase and progress. Now, gender. I'd like to point out that both male and female are equally likely to develop scoliosis, but females suffer more from progression of it. And family history. Now, children who end up having scoliosis usually don't have a family history of members that have scoliosis, but it can run in the family. So if you are the first person who has scoliosis in your family, most likely your children or grandchildren or great-grandchildren, someone down the line is probably likely to get scoliosis. What treatment one gets depends on the curvature of the spine. So when it's mild scoliosis, which is between 0 and 25 degrees, monitoring is only done. Forgive my voice. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today, guys. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. But yeah, anyway, monitoring. So if your spinal curvature is between 0 and 25 degrees, all they do is monitor and just have regular checkups, and that's about it. When it gets to moderate scoliosis between 25 and 40 degrees, that's when a brace is given. Let me bring back my baby. Yeah, they have to make a brace that fits your body fine. So they usually take measurements, and then they put these dents according to wherever your curvature is. So this dent was just made to accommodate my hip, but the one that's this side, this was the one that was stopping the curve, because my spine is curved in this direction. So this was the one that was stopping the curvature of the spine. And then there used to be something rod here that ended here, but yeah, got spoiled over time. So that's what a brace does. It doesn't cure the scoliosis. It doesn't reverse the scoliosis, but it just stops the progression of it. Just tries to like stop it, you know, or pause it. I don't know, but I don't know what term to use, but that's what it does. And then severe scoliosis, which is above 40 degrees, that's when surgery is considered. And what this surgery does, it tries to fuse the bones together and align them so that it becomes one single bone, so it becomes straight. And usually this can be done by putting a rod within your body just to help support the spine. There are plenty signs and symptoms. Honestly, you can even just self-diagnose it. There's uneven shoulders, uneven hips. You can see the curvature in the spine too. If you bend over, you can also see some bumps in someone's spine. Some people also have like one arm could be longer than the other. Those are the signs and symptoms of scoliosis. So that's all that I am talking about in my video. I hope this video has made you learn something. I hope it's been informative. I hope it's been educational. After watching this video, try to do a test on yourself. Try to see if there's anything that's uneven. Ask someone to see if there's anything weird about your body, about your spine. Just do some tests. Just do some tests alone, even in the bathroom. You can do it yourself. Share this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you found it informative. Share this video with someone. Let people know that scoliosis is out there. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and if you have any questions about scoliosis or about my journey or about how I've dealt with it, please write it down in the comments. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. But yeah, I think that's all for today. So until my next video, peace. Sayonara.